Great, thank you.
I was going to ask how strongly you believe in reincarnation and whether you had any experiences of that.
So the question is, how strongly do I believe in reincarnation, and do I have any experiences of that? I'm not that attached to the belief. I like the idea of we all make it. So in that sense, I'm attached to it. But as far as do I come back as another person, I have no idea. You know, it makes sense to me that we keep growing if there's some kind of universality or eternity or immortality to our spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it. It makes sense that we keep growing, that we don't just freeze. That's how I look at it. Have I had experiences of it? I've had times when and you guys probably experienced this too, when you meet someone and it's like instant friendship. You never met them and you're like, hey, how you doing? You seem like, so in that level, meeting people that I've never met before and yet feeling completely connected to them. But have I had other kind of experiences? No. In the back?
So I know a few people that have struggled with their respective faith. So what advice would you give to people that are?
Find out for yourself. You know, just don't believe someone else because they said it. And take a chance on being brave and trust. One of the things that I found for me was one of the most faith-filled experiences for me is a willingness to throw it all out. And that may sound weird that that's a faith experience, but I look at faith as a system of trusting that I'm okay. So if I threw out all my beliefs, am I still okay? And I find people who are more of the fundamentalist ilk are terrified of throwing out their beliefs because they don't feel like they're okay if they do. They're going to be punished or something. So I say to be willing to question out all of it. And in that process, be gentle with yourself, because it can be really scary.
How many hours do you sleep per day if you were in the one place?
That's varied in my life. He asked how many hours I meditate a day. There was one point in my life for about 10 years where I meditated 2 to 3 hours a day. Not at a time, but split up between 2 sittings. Now, maybe 20 minutes. So it varies, and I used to be very rigid about it, and now I'm much more let it vary. So yeah. Anybody else?
So you were in the Franciscan monastery, so why did you, if you were a Hindu, why did you decide to go to monastery?
Well, I wasn't always Hindu. This is something I kind of just decided to land in my late 30s and 40s, because that's kind of how I was living. I just decided to call me that. But when I was in my teens and 20s, I had these experiences, and I wanted to further them. So, like I said, my family's very strongly Catholic, and that's the direction I moved into. Even though I was meditating, like I would meditate twice a day when I was in the seminary on top of all my prayers and the daily mass and all that. So I didn't see any conflict. Meditation is kind of a universal thing. It's like sleep. It's not Catholic sleep or Hindu sleep. It's just sleep. And I see meditation the same way. There may be different techniques of it from different traditions, but meditation itself is just meditation. So when I was in the seminary, I didn't see any conflict with that. And yet I wanted to move in a direction. I want to just deepen my spiritual life.